Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the Bayes theorem. So, in our syllabus, we have the statement and proof. So, what is the Bayes theorem? First, see the statement. If E1, E2, so on, En are n mutually disjoint events with each probability is not equal to 0, then for any arbitrary event A, which is a subset of union I is equal to 1 to n ei, such that P of A greater than 0, then we have by this theorem the probability of ei given A is equal to P of ei into P of A given ei by summation I is equal to 1 to n P of ei into P of A given ei for I is equal to 1 to so on n. So first see the statement. Here there are n events E1, E2, E3, so on. En are n mutually disjoint events. Mutually disjoint means there exists no common portion in the events. This is E1, this is E2, this is E3, this is E4, E5, so on. There are n events in the sample space and these n events are mutually disjoint events. This is E1 event, this is E2 event, like that. And there are n events in the sample space, yes. These are n events. So I can assume that this is the Venn diagram because there are n events. We are supposed to write in this model. There are n events in the sample space and these events are mutually disjoint. Mutually disjoint means there is no common portion between two events, and also given that the probability of ei is not equal to 0. That is the point given in the statement. Also given that A is a subset of union I is equal to 1 to n ei. A is a subset of E1 union E2 union E3 so on union En. Union I is equal to 1 to n ei. I is equal to 1 to n ei means this is the notation. E1 union E2 union E3 so on union En. Also given that A is a subset of E1 union E2 union E3 union so on union En. So this can be represented in this Venn diagram as this is set A and this is the subset of all the sets. This is the subset of union of all the sets. That means A is a subset of E1 union E2 union so on union En. And we have one result. If A is a subset of B, A is contained in B, then we have that A is equal to A intersection B. If A is subset of B, this is set A and this is set B. If A is a subset of B, then A and A intersection B are both are same. A is equal to A intersection B. Am I correct or not? If A is contained in B, A and A intersection B both are same. So using this result, if A is contained in B, then we have A is equal to A intersection B. Here we have given by the statement A is contained in E1 union E2 so on union En. So it looks like A is contained in B. So I can write A is equal to A intersection B. That means what? A intersection E1 union E2 so on union En. Since A is contained in B, A is equal to A intersection B. So that means what? By distributive law, A intersection E1 union A intersection E2 union A intersection E3 union so on A intersection En. So this can be written as in the notation union I is equal to 1 to n A intersection ei, that is equal to A. So A is equal to union I is equal to 1 to n A intersection ei. This means what? I is equal to 1 means A intersection E1 union. I is equal to 2 means A intersection E2 so on A intersection En. Just I have written in the notation union I is equal to 1 to n A intersection ei. Now on taking probability both sides, P of A is equal to the probability of union I is equal to 1 to n A intersection EI, or I can write P of A is equal to, so this is looks like P of A intersection A union B union C. In that way this is P of A union B union C, and moreover A, B, C are mutually disjoint events. Here A intersection E1, A intersection E2, A intersection E3, so on into A intersection En are mutually disjoint events, because A intersection EA is E1 is subset of E1. So here you have to remember one point. Since E1, E2 are mutually disjoint events, A intersection E1 is contained in E1. A intersection E2 is contained in E2. A intersection E3 is contained in E3. Am I right or not? A intersection E1 is part of E1. A intersection E2 is part of E2. A intersection E3 is part of E3. Like that. So, moreover, A1, E2, E3 are mutually disjoint events. A intersection E1, A intersection E2, A intersection E3, so on, are also mutually disjoint events. Now, so I am taking probability P of A union B, P of A plus P of B, where A, B are mutually disjoint events. So I can write here summation, this I can write summation I is equal to 1 to n probability of A intersection EI. Here the notation should follow, the remaining all are easy, only the notation you should follow. So here I am taking properties because P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B when A, B are mutually disjoint events. If A, B are mutually disjoint events, P of A union B can be written as P of A plus P of B. Here A intersection E1, A intersection E2, A intersection E3, so on, A intersection En are mutually disjoint. So I can write all the terms as summation I is equal to 1. Summation means plus symbol. P of A intersection E1 plus P of A intersection E2 plus P of A intersection E3, so on. So this can be written as summation I is equal to 1 to n by compound theorem or by multiplication theorem on probability. By multiplication theorem on probability, what we know that P of A intersection B can be written as P of A into P of B given A, right? So here also I can write it as EI, P of EI into P of A given EI. By multiplication theorem on probability I can write, in any way you can write P of A initial, then P of EI given E, or you can write P of EI as first term into P of A given EI. This means what? The probability of happening of the event EI into next event happens probability. The probability of A when the event EI has already occurred. This is by multiplication theorem on probability, and this is equal to P of A, and call this is equation number 1. Also we have P of A intersection EI is equal to, also we know that P of A intersection EI I can write it as P of A into P of EI given A. P of A intersection EI is equal to P of A into P of EI. You can write either formulas. This is also by multiplication theorem on probability. This is also by multiplication theorem on probability. Therefore, P of EI given A is equal to, from the above equation, this is equal to P of A intersection EI by P of A. But what I can write in the numerator part, this is P of EI into P of A given EI by again compound theorem on probability or multiplication theorem on probability. And by equation number 1, P of A can be written as summation I is equal to 1 to n P of EI into P of A given EI, and on the left hand side this is P of EI given A. So this defines the Bayes theorem on probability. P of EI given A is equal to P of EI into P of A given EI by summation I is equal to 1 to n P of EI into P of A given EI for I is equal to 1, 2, so on, n. Hence the proof. Hence the proof. Now, see the problems on Bayes' theorem. 3 boxes contains 3 red, 4 white, 1 blue, and second box contains 1 red, 2 white, 3 blue balls, and third box contains 4 red, 3 white, and 2 blue balls, and one box is chosen at random out of the 3 boxes and a ball is withdrawn. It happens to be red. What is the probability that it came from box 1, 2, 3? So see the problem. There are 3 boxes. In box 1 there are 3 red, 4 white, 1 blue ball, and in box B or second box 1 red, 2 white, 3 blue balls, and in the last box 4 red, 3 white, and 2 blue balls. So one box is chosen at random. So box 1, box 2, box 3. One box is chosen at random and a ball is withdrawn. And that ball happened as a red ball. Then what is the probability that it come from box 1? In the second case, you have to find the probability that the ball come from box 2 and box 3. So this is defines Bayes' theorem. So what is the Bayes' theorem? Suppose there are 3 events E1, E2, E3. There are 3 events, and A is the sub-event of E1 union E2 union E3. Then P of EI given A is equal to E1, E2, E3, so on En. So on En. P of EI given A is P of EI into P of A given EI by summation I is equal to 1 to N P of EI into P of A given EI. This is the statement of the theorem by Bayes' theorem. So now I am going to apply this formula to find the probability of the required problem. So here what is the events? First let us define the events in the given problem. Now let us denote the events E1, E2, E3. Now I am defining 3 events E1, E2, E3. What is E1? E1 is the event of choosing box 1. Event of choosing box 1. Similarly, E2 is the event of choosing box 2. And E3 is the event of choosing box 3. Then what is the probability of E1? P of E1 is 1 by 3. There are 3 boxes. One box can be chosen in 1C1 by 3C1. The probability of getting the box 1 out of 3 boxes is 1C1 by 3C1, that is 1 by 3. Similarly, probability of getting the box 2 is also 1C1 by 3C1, that is also 1 by 3. And P of E3 is also 1 by 3. These are the probabilities of choosing the box 1, box 2, box 3. Now define the event A. What is the event? The event is getting of a red ball. The event is a getting of red ball. We have to draw the ball and it happens to be red. So the event that, let A be the event that the drawn ball is red. The drawn ball is red. Event that the drawn ball is red. Then we have to evaluate P of E1 given A. P of E1 given A. Now I will write here P of E1 given A. E1 given A means P of E1 given A, you have to calculate P of A given E1. So notation is very important. The probability of A given E1. That means what? If you choose the first box, E1 is the already happened event. If you choose the first box, then the probability of happening of the event A. What is the event A? A is the event that the drawn ball is red. Suppose if you choose the first box, then you have to write the probability of getting a red ball. So that probability, red ball means there are 3 red balls, that is 3C1. by the total number of balls, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 4, 8, that is 8C1, that is equal to 3 by 8. Here P of E1 is 1 by 3, P of E2 is 1 by 3, P of E3 also 1 by 3. And we have defined A is the event of getting a red ball. Then probability of A given E1. A given E1 means if you choose the first box, then if you drawn one ball from the box 1, then it become a red ball. To become a red ball, the probability is 3C1 by 8C1, 3 by 8. Similarly, the probability of A given E2. That means what? If we choose the second box, then what is the probability of getting a red ball? So how many red balls in this? There is only one red ball out of 2 plus 3 plus 1. That is 6. 6C1, that is equal to 1 by 6. Similarly, the probability of A given E3. If we choose the third box, then what is the probability of getting a red ball? That is 4C1 by 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9C1, that is equal to 4 by 9. So we have 6 probabilities. P of E1 1 by 3, P of E2 1 by 3, P of E3 1 by 3, P of A given E1, P of A given E2, P of A given E3. Now we have to find the drawn ball come from box, the probability of the drawn ball come from box 1. So that can be denoted in mathematical notation P of EI given A, P of E1 given A. That means what? The ball is already red. This is happened event. Then come from box 1. P of E1 given A. So by the theorem, P of E1 into P of A given E1 by Bayes theorem, by summation I is equal to 1 to 3 events, P of EI into P of A given EI. So that is P of E1. So in the numerator we get P of E1 into P of A given E1 by, on expanding the summation, P of E1 into P of A given E1 plus P of E2 into P of A given E2 plus P of E3 into P of A given E3. We have to substitute all the probabilities. What is P of E1? Already we have written 1 by 3. P of A given E1, that is 3 by 8 in the denominator. P of E1 into P of A given, so same 1 by 3 into 3 by 8 plus P of A given E2 under 1 by 3 into 1 by 6 plus 1 by 3 into 4 by 9. So the required probability, so in the numerator it is 3 by 24, here 3 by 24 plus 1 by 18 plus 4 by 27. So the required probability is 12 by 71. 12 by 71, that is 0.17. Similarly, we do the next two problems. Next two, that means what you have to calculate in the next case. Similarly, you have to find P of E2 given A and P of E3 given A. E2 given A means P of E2 into P of A given E2. The denominator will be the same. In all the problems, the denominator will be the same. Numerator will change. P of E3 given A. In the numerator part, you will get P of E3 into P of A given E3. The denominator will be the same. Do the next two items as a homework. So this ends the class. Thank you.